Alright, so good morning traders, welcome to this lovely Tuesday today, Tuesday the 28th of Feb. Of course the time now is basically 20 past 1 South African time. Alright, so the pound USD that I was in, I jumped out of the trade there. It was a nice, I think $11 or $10 profit on that one. I do see that there is I marked off a nice trend line going over here, so I was in the right mind of thinking that it is might going to respect this trend line and then break down to the downside, maybe come back for a third retest on this support over here. But it did break through, so what I'm waiting for now is for, let me just do this quickly, yeah, about there. So what I'll do is I'll wait for this price to come back, excuse me, to test this now. This will now be support, so let me just change the color. This will now be support. Was resistance, now support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for price to come back and retest this. If I do see some rejection candles or maybe some long wicks, I will jump in for a buy and start tracing this one back to the upside. But it was a nice $10 profit on that one. Alright, so currently I am in 3 trades here. Euro USD, where is it? Go there. Alright, so I am in the Aussie USD, which is almost $3 in profit over there, which I do see it is at a comfortable level of support where I did see buyers are there. So I know buyers are here and I do see wicks. So I know the buyers are there and hopefully retrace all the way back up to this. Because remember, on the long term, on the daily, the Aussie USD is on its way to the upside. It's on a big uptrend. Alright, so I want to follow the trend, which is to the upside, which is buy. Okay, I am currently in the Aussie CAD as well. I know I don't always do two of the same pairs, but now Australian dollar is doing good. So that's why I'm in the Aussie CAD as well. Small little take stop loss over there, and the take profit is way up over there, where the next level of supply and demand is. Alright, so and I also jumped into the Euro USD at the moment. I'm in the Euro USD. I just opened up this trade at the moment. It's at the comfortable level of how can I say this, resistance over here, where I think we did see a nice downtrend, and I think we're going to see a continuation of this downtrend to this big level of support over here. Once price gets to this level of support, I will check it again and see where we go from here. So this will also be a $10 profit if it makes it down here, which I think it will make it up here, because considering to the US dollar, the euro got a little bit of a push to the upside, but I see that the pound also got a push to the upside. But usually these little runs end quite quickly, so we'll have to observe and see. I'll keep an eye on this, but this is a small stop loss just above that. I can actually maybe bring my stop loss way down to there actually. So I will keep an eye on this one and see if it makes it down there, and then from there I will make another decision upon, am I going to buy or am I going to wait for it to break through to the downside at the moment. Now the US 30 is also at a nice level of support at the moment, so I might take a stab at the US 30 as well. Let's just have a time frame quickly over here. Let's see the daily. See, we are at a strong support. Now the thing about the US 30 is it does these little nips down to the downside, these little fakes that are there. You see that it does that quite often. So what I think we should do, because this is the weekly supply and demand zone over here, so I'm waiting for this to see either nice rejection, because I do see, if you look at it, you see these rejection candles coming from there. So it tells me these sellers are there with little rejection coming from the buying side. So I'm waiting for this price action to actually break through this level of support, come back for a retest, and then I might jump in for, like, it must do this, must break through, come back for a retest, and then I'll jump in for a sell position. I'm waiting for, this is a perfect example, I'm waiting for this to happen here as well, for it to break through, come back for a retest, and then I'll jump into it. Once I start seeing some rejection, I will definitely jump in for a sell. But at this stage, I don't want to get fooled by this support over here and think, alright, I do see some rejection candles, maybe jump in for a buy. No, it just came off the weekly supply and demand zone, which tells me that it's on its way, and I see also that we have a nice downtrend, which tells me we're on our way down. So I will not jump into this one yet. I'm going to wait for it to break through, retest, and then I'll jump into the US 30. The gold is getting closer and closer to my point of entry, which is right over here at this level of support over here. This is the supply and demand area. So I'm waiting for gold to come right back down into this area, and if it makes its way down here, I'm definitely going to jump it for a buy, because there is a huge amount of buyers waiting in this zone over here. So yeah, that's my for the week. The gold as well, the pound USD. As I said, I'm waiting for it to come back for a retest on the support, and then I'll jump in for a buy with that one as well. Pound yen broke through nicely through this resistance, now turned support. So yeah, as well, I might wait for it to come back down to this. This is now no longer resistance, this is now support, so I'll make it green as well. So I'll wait for pound to come back, retest this over here, and then I'll jump in for a buy on the pound yen as well, especially with the Japanese. If you go look at the Japanese yen, the currency is actually in trouble. You have to go read it up on Forex to see what's happening to the yen. As at the moment, with the decisions that the government of China is making with their money policies and so forth, it's actually cancelling out any of the chances of the bulls to jump in to any of their monetary policies or to jump into the market. So yes, which tells me the yen is at a losing streak while the pound is busy building up momentum. I'm just waiting for a nice retest. Let me just get a Fibonacci in here. Let's go from the swing low to there. Let's see if it does start turning around there, then I'll make my move as well. No. Let me just get this thing right there. I'm hoping for this one to come back to a nice 50% retracement. It might push up a little bit. I'm hoping for it to push up a little bit. Let's see if it can push up to let that 50 retracement be there. Alright, so hopefully it makes it to there and comes back for a 50% retracement, and then we'll see from there on if I do put in a buy order. With the next couple of videos also, I'm going to be using like the trend lines and the Fibonacci tools, so to introduce those to you guys as well, because these are all tools that I use. Because I only trade price action, I don't use any moving averages or anything else. I just use pure price action and of course fundamentals to make my decisions upon my trading. I find that is the best way for me to trade. Yes, in the beginning also I used to use a lot of moving averages and this and that, and a lot of my chart was so full, and yet it didn't bring the results that I was hoping for until I started learning price action, pure price action trading. It opened up a lot more doors for me to trade better, to have more of an idea of where price is going, and to maximize my profits as well. Alright, so hopefully you guys have had a good trading week last week. I didn't, but this week looks much better for me. So I will keep you guys updated, and yeah, have a great one. Cheers.